Welcome to the Studio Success Formula Podcast, the business school for dance studio owners. And now for your host, Clint Salter.
Hey everyone, it's Clint Salter from Studio Success Formula. I hope you're really well. Wow, what a week. As you know, last week, jumped off a plane on Saturday, recorded a podcast for you guys about your ideal students, parents, the people that you want in your classes. Thank you. Received so much great feedback. People on Facebook, people on email, asking questions, people actually doing the exercise, which I always love. There's so many great ideas out there, but it's not until you actually implement them will you be able to see some really fantastic results in your business, which is what we love. So what a crazy week, right? I ran a whole bunch of online masterclasses for studio owners around the world around the 7 habits of successful dance studios. If you're on one of those masterclasses, hey, thank you. Thank you so much for coming along and paying attention. I also got a lot of emails from people that were maybe a little bit angry that they didn't know about them. I was like, how? We sent out lots of emails. You might have seen some Facebook ads about them. So this week, we've also got a new masterclass, an online masterclass called Stand Out, Get Students. And you can go to standoutgetstudents.com to secure your place in one of these masterclasses. We're running them at all different times across different parts of the world. So make sure that you get into one of those. They're free to attend. They go for about an hour and a half. This one is super cool. I'm sharing with you things about a Facebook advertising strategy. I'm sharing with you how to create a standout brand. So actually how to stand out from like the other 100 dance schools in your area. It's great. I've never presented it before. It's a brand new training. So I'm super excited and I hope to see you there. If you've got any questions about it, just send us an email, transform@studiosuccessformula.com. and we will get you on the list. Okay, so we are back for another solo show. And no, it's not because I like the sound of my own voice. I definitely do not have the voice for radio. But I hope you gain value from me just sharing some insights, some training, some tips, some strategies on how to grow your studio. Now, while I was away, I presented a couple of workshops on social media, and I reckon, and the organizers of the event said these were one of their most successful, well-attended, most talked about presentations. And that's my social media one. Not saying the other ones weren't good, but hey, look, the social media ones were pretty popular. And the reason why is because our ideal students, which you talked about in last week's episode, so if you haven't listened to it, go and check it out. Our ideal students and parents too are on social media. They are on social media. And I'm going to talk about all the platforms today. I'm going to talk about one that is blowing up. It's one of the fastest, not just one, it actually is the fastest growing social media platform at the moment. And that is Instagram. It's not really new, but more people are taking it up. It has over 300 million users. Crazy, right? 70 million photos and videos are sent daily. Now, I want you to listen to this stat because I reckon this stat's really interesting. 52% of internet users aged 13 to 17, so think about that, 13 to 17, so they're like your like senior group, are on Instagram. 52% of those people are on Instagram. So are you on Instagram? That's my first big question for you. Are you on it? Well, if you're not on it, the other thing I need to tell you is to please get on it, right? And get on it quickly. Get on it really, really quickly. If you're not on Instagram, you need to get onto this platform. So one of the things that I shared lots of different stuff about Instagram, but in one of my workshops, I shared the different types of posts that you can put on Instagram. And I thought it'd be really interesting, hopefully for you guys, if I talk about the different things that you can post on Instagram, because I know you get stuck, right? I know you kind of sit there and go, what should I post on Instagram? That's another photo of a class. That's another photo of a teacher. What else can we put? So I want to run you through the 11 things, right? Pen and paper, quick. Find it. Shut down Facebook, please. If you're at the gym, keep running on the treadmill, but please don't try and write these down at the same time as running on the treadmill. You might need to go back and write these down later, but you can listen to it twice. This podcast episode will forever be around. Okay, let's start with number 1. What to post on hashtag Instagram? Well, the first thing you can post is students in class. Right? Students in class. That's a simple one, right? What I want to say here is get permission. So hopefully on your enrollment form, or you've now got a separate form, which is like a social media waiver form, make sure you chat to your lawyer, that you've got sign off from the parent to say that yes, you can feature your students on social media, but name the platforms. Don't just say social media. Okay, you've got to say, I, Mrs. Whoever, give permission for you to feature my child, Susie, whatever, on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Pinterest, list out all the social media platforms as well as your website, and include photos and video footage. Okay, talk to your lawyer about the exact wording because I am not a lawyer, but you need to make sure that you've got permission and you've got the right agreements, contracts in place for this. So get students in class. You can have your teachers take these photos, yes, hand over, do some delegation, give your teachers some goals around how often they have to post on Instagram during the week of their classes. Number 2 is get students in what I like to call tribe mode. Now, tribe mode is where they're hanging out like a family. So if you've got a waiting room, get photos of them like in the waiting room, maybe doing stretches, like stretching each other, maybe just hanging out, eating a sandwich, with their arms around each other, having fun. Get photos of your students in tribe mode. Number 3 is get photos and videos, because we can use photos and videos on Instagram, of your students at competitions. Now, I want you to be very, very careful with this one. Why? Because so many people say to me, Clint, we want more recreational students. And I say, great, I love recreational students. I love recreational streams in studios. But then I'll jump onto someone's website or I'll have a look at their social media accounts, and all they're focusing on is their competition students. And then I think to myself, why do you think you're not getting recreational students? Because the mums of the recreational students are scared, because they see these big roots with hundreds of trophies with legs up against their ear, and that is scary. So definitely get your students to competitions, but don't go overboard. Don't post every first, every second. We've gone amazing today. We've smashed everyone. That's not the things that you want to be focusing on. You want to be focusing on the family, the values of your dance studio. Number 3, get students to competitions. Just, hey, tone it down a little bit if you're one of those crazies. Number 4, and please don't get offended. Number 4, get students in the community. So many of you are doing amazing community activities. So get out there, get out there in the community, take photos, take videos of the amazing things that you're doing for your local community and showcase that on Instagram. Number 5. Actually, I'm going to leave number 5 because this number 5 has been the most popular tip. So I'm going to leave that for the very end to make sure you stick around, but it's killer. Stick around for that. Number 6 is behind the scenes. So maybe it's like sketches of costumes or making costumes or at conventions with the teachers. Maybe it's at competitions. Maybe it's recital, like behind the scenes at the recital. There's so many cool behind the scenes stuff, and everyone loves all access passes, right? Don't we love, if you're like me, I love the making of someone's concert, right? Arena tour. If they were to do the making of Taylor Swift's tour, which will probably come out on a DVD or a film in the cinema, I would love that, probably more than I would love the concert. I think you guys are the same, and so are our parents, and so are our students. They love behind the scenes. So don't forget about behind the scenes footage. Give them exclusive access to what's going on. Number 7, if you do teacher trainings, and lots of our members, you guys know that I'm a big fan of 2 teacher retreats once a year, and I go through that process in the Studio Success Formula program. Hey, if you're doing teacher trainings, get photos of that, get videos of that. That is super cool. Number 8, and I know a lot of you are scared of this one, but I want you to show your followers, on Instagram for your studio, a glimpse into hashtag your life. People buy you, and you are the studio owner. People want to know about you. What are you doing? Who are you? They want to know these things. So please, please, please give them a glimpse into your life, and you can show them that you're actually having a day off. Yeah, I whisper that because I know we don't like to admit it, but we need to have a day off. At least once a week. Okay, so on a Sunday, if you're heading to the beach with the family, depending on where you live, take a photo of you going to the beach with the family and saying, hey, loving spending a day with my family. Hope you are too. You don't need to be working 7 days a week in your studio. You simply don't. I'm a big fan of 2 days off a week. Yeah, you can have that as a dance studio owner and be highly profitable still and still make a massive impact to the lives of your students and parents and teachers. I don't know whoever made up the rule that dance studio owners can't have a day off. You can't drive a BMW to the studio. Don't do that. But you can definitely have a day off. You can show them photos of that. And don't show them the photos of the renovations to your house either. But hey, show your parents and students a glimpse into your life. Number 9 is competitions with a hashtag. Tutu Tuesdays, summer splits. They're just a couple of ideas. You can run a competition for 7 days or 2 weeks. Don't go more than 2 weeks, but run a competition where your students have to take a photo somewhere and hashtag, Tutu Tuesdays and your dance studio, and then they might win a prize. I love that. Prizes are fun. But don't do like a prize every week. Maybe like one competition every month for like 7 days. Okay, promotion. So number 10 is about promotion. You can sell on these social media platforms, but not all the time. One of my favorite books around social media is called Jab, 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 Right Hook by Gary Vaynerchuk. If you just Google Gary V-E-E, he's like massive hustler, awesome guy, has written a great book about how to utilize the different platforms on social media and what you should be promoting on them. His whole philosophy is the jabs are giving the value and the right hook is like buy. Okay, similar with your Instagram account, you can give masses of value and then say, now buy our summer camp, now buy our new program, now buy recital tickets, now buy sponsorship, whatever it might be. That's the approach. That's the strategy that you can put behind your social media accounts, especially with Instagram, because it's very visual. And lastly, number 11, which we all love. Can you guess what it is? A motivation and inspiring quote. People love motivational and inspiring quotes. I know when I put them on my accounts, people go crazy. So I would suggest that you do the same. Hey, and who doesn't love a little bit of positivity? I know I do. I think you do too. That's why you're listening to this podcast, because you want to grow and learn. I nearly fell off my seat. And that's because I got excited because I just remembered I had to go back to number 5. What is number 5? Okay, are you ready? That's me doing a drum roll. Number 5 is create at your studio, hashtag Selfie Station. Now, we've had a couple of our members that have done this and posted it in our group for our Studio Success Formula members, and it is awesome. I love it. So what is a selfie station? So for instance, one of our members has done like a cardboard, one of the dads made it. And so the body is like a ballerina, and then there's like this frame for people to put in their head, and then your students go in there and take a photo of themselves in your selfie station. And you can change that up every month, every 2 months if you want, and create new selfie stations. You could even, I just had this thought, you could even create, which I generally do, you can even create competitions around, who wants to come up with the idea for our next selfie station. And maybe a selfie station has like 2 people, it might be a boy and a girl, dancing, and they have like a photo together. That would be cool. Maybe it's like the 3 people from like Singing in the Rain. That would be cool. Okay, and then you can get people to post them on Instagram. This is all about Instagram, but you can get them to post them on Facebook as well, maybe Snapchat, which I might talk about in another episode. But they're my things. You want me to run through the list one more time? Yay. Okay, cool. So number 1, students in class, make sure you get their permission. Number 2, students in hashtag tribe mode. So like in the waiting room, hanging out, not them eating like KFC or McDonald's though. We don't want them doing that. Eating a piece of fruit and putting their arm around each other, that's okay. Number 3, students at competitions, but not like crazy, leg up against the ear, pulling like a crazy competitive, I'm going to eat you face with a trophy in their other hand. No. Cool. Nice competition-friendly photos. Number 4, students in the community. Number 5, students, which was my big... Number 5, students at your Selfie Station. Number 6, behind the scenes, recitals, competitions, conventions, making costumes, etc. Number 7, teacher training or teacher retreats, we like to call them. Number 8, a glimpse into hashtag your life at the beach, not driving the BMW, but at the beach, having a day off. Number 9, competitions with a hashtag, summer splits, Tutu Tuesdays. Get your students to hashtag the competition name and your dance studio. Number 10, promotion, recital, masterclasses, new programs, etc. Number 11, motivational and inspiring quotes. Awesome. Well, I hope you enjoyed my 11 tips on what to post on Instagram. Bit of a tips on how to use Instagram. Hope it was helpful. Hope you're going to get onto Instagram if you're not already on there. If you are, please follow me at Clint Salter, CLINTSALTER. If you follow me, I know you would have listened to this podcast. I'll be your best friend for life. I'll follow you back. That would be cool. And like I said, if you haven't registered, I don't want any more angry emails. So if you haven't registered for our upcoming training this week, Stand Out Get Students, go to standoutgetstudents.com, register for our free online masterclass. Take it from anywhere in the world that has an internet connection and a laptop or a smartphone or a tablet, because I'm going to be talking about how to bring in more students. Not just that though, right? Because I talk about that like all the time, and a lot of our program is based on how to bring in new enrollments. I'm also going to teach you how to build a brand that stands out. I know, right? It's getting super competitive. There's more dance studios opening every week. I'm going to teach you how to stand out from the crowd. How does that sound? Awesome. Okay, guys, that is me for this week. Peace out. I'll be back next week. If there's anything you want me to cover on the show, please head to our Facebook group, facebook.com/Studio Success Formula. Peace out. See you soon. Bye.